Can we have the slides? Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Okay, I'm glad to see you. We've been away for a month now, so I just got back a couple of days ago, and had to go up here this weekend so that we can start our Fu Chi next weekend down south. Okay, how's everyone? Do you have any questions? Have you been practicing? Okay, let's see. If you have no questions, we can go into discussing the Song Enlightenment prepared or written by, composed by Master YongHua. Okay, we're on slide 16. Tomorrow I will have a report of our trip to Korea. We may not have enough time, but we give it a try. Yeah, because next weekend would be the Fu Chi, so this is our only chance. Okay, so he says. Okay, so this is Master YongHua's vow. What we're still looking at is his vows. Master YongHua taught us how to make vows. So he says he vowed to return to my original Dharma nature body, meaning that this you return to the original Dharma nature body refers to the fact that you become enlightened. To become enlightened is to return, to go home, to return to your original Dharma nature body. Original is the one that you originally possess, you still have, but you don't know how to get there. Dharma nature body. This is the body that is of the Dharma nature, and Dharma nature here refers to the Buddha Dharma. So when you become enlightened, you attain the Dharma nature body. Okay. And behold the ancient kind visage of awesome sound Buddha. And what he wishes to do, he vows to do, is to be able to see and admire the face of awesome sound Buddha. Awesome sound Buddha is it was the Buddha that is designated as a turning point for us cultivators. That is, once you become enlightened, you need to be certified. Okay, so this is a reminder that you don't decide for yourself that you are enlightened. You should seek certification of your enlightenment. Otherwise, your enlightenment is not proper. Okay? Thank you very much. Why are we here? I thought we way beyond that. We at the wrong slide number. I'm sorry. It's been a while, so I kind of forgot where we are. Okay. Where were we? Okay, let's temporarily, arbitrarily start with slide 31. Okay, it doesn't matter; it's too long anyway. Okay, the true nature of ignorance is the Buddha nature. So he's referring to ignorance, the things that we don't know, and that's called ignorance. And the true nature of ignorance is actually the Buddha nature, and that's the empty body and illusory transformation is the Dharma body. And this transformation body, meaning that the body that came about, that manifests here in this world, okay, is but a transformation that is not real and actually a Dharma body. And I think what happened is that they inserted the commentaries of Master Hsuan, and that's why we all got messed up. We don't know where the original slide number was anymore. Okay. Okay. So Master Hsuan says, his commentary is that the true nature, ignorance, is the Buddha nature. So Master Hsuan explained that even though you're ignorant right now, even though we are confused right now, if you cultivate, okay, then you will transform this ignorance that you have into wisdom, into your Buddha nature. Okay? In other words, this is a very important concept. That is, even you look at ignorant people who are misguided, people who are stupid, who are ignorant, okay? They too have the Buddha nature, and therefore we should embrace them. Don't judge them, don't reject them, don't criticize them, okay? This is the all-embracing concept in Buddhism, okay? Because everyone can return, has a chance to cultivate and return to Buddha nature. Okay, and this empty body, and this empty body here, again, this commentary. Hello, the commentary here. I was about to say something in Korean. I'm so sorry. I know. I got up at 2 this morning as well. I had to do some work until now. So now I'm sleepy again. So please bear with me. This empty body, I'm not sure I like all these commentary as much as YongHua. So I'm going to ignore them a little bit, okay? It may work for his disciples, it doesn't work for me, okay? The empty body is an illusory transformation, is a Dharma body. The empty body here refers to any body you have. Your body, his body, my body is but an empty body. Okay? Meaning that it's not real. It's only temporary. Do not take it seriously. Okay? Is there temporarily, is there by transformation? Okay? It's there because of past causes and conditions. Okay? And so that's how we all got this body of ours, okay, which is illusory, because it's not real. Don't take it too seriously, okay? But this transformation body here is still, this body of ours is actually a conduit to the Dharma body. That's the truth. That's how you should look at it. Okay? So that's what you're being taught when you learn Buddhism, is to use this empty body, okay? Not be too attached to it, and utilize it to cultivate, so that if you don't have the strength anymore and too old to cultivate, then you should shoot for rebirth to the Pure Land. Okay? Hurry up, get reborn to the Pure Land, so that this empty body you attain has not been obtained in vain. Because if you miss this train, and you miss this boat, and you don't attain rebirth at the Pure Land, okay? The wisdom, Buddhist wisdom, is that if you miss this boat here, it's very difficult for you to catch it again. Particular, this boat here, this Pure Land, American Pure Land Dharma boat here, is very difficult to encounter again. Okay, and therefore, you should understand that even though this empty body is but in a transformation that is not real, and it is empty actually because its true nature is that it's empty. Okay? Don't be attached to it. It's not a big deal. Okay? And this empty body here is actually as I said, a conduit to your Dharma body. If you use this empty body, you use this illusory transformation body that you have right now, that we all have right now, right? It will bring us back, will lead us to the true Dharma body of ours. Okay? And therefore, I just started saying, if you're older and it's difficult for you now to sit in full lotus and sit for very long, so forget about the winter chi coming up, okay? Forget it. Forget it. Okay. uh, um, you should understand and prioritize so that you make sure that you use this body here. The concept of use this empty body here. Don't be attached to this empty body. It's only temporary. Don't be attached to it. Use it to attain the Dharma body. Your proprietary, your own Dharma body. Okay, it's possible. And for old people, as well as for young people, for everyone, your best bet is to go to the Pure Land. Do not be hard-headed. Okay, do not insist that you know that you know and you don't need help. You need help. We all need help. Okay, and if you are able to still, especially you have the blessings to practice, for example, the winter chi coming up, okay, then use this empty body of yours to cultivate vigorously so that you can become enlightened and attain your Dharma body. That's what he means. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then next, the text says, in a Dharma body's enlightenment, there is not a single thing. At its source, the inherent nature is the Buddha of divine innocence. Good Lord. Okay. Okay. Back to slide 35. Okay, I glanced through the commentaries and see where he was going. Song enlightenment is very, very long. So there's some sections that are that refer to the true Buddhist wisdom, the ultimate Buddhist wisdom. So this is, it says here, in a Dharma body's enlightenment, there is not a single thing. When you become enlightened and attain your Dharma body, okay, what happened is the nature enlightenment, you will be free of all attachments. And therefore, when you become enlightened, your mind is attached to nothing. Therefore, in your mind, there's nothing whatsoever. It's attached is nothing. This refers to the fact for us who are not enlightened, and then our mind is still has attachments, many attachments. For example, attachment to, I don't know, money, attachment to cars in California. By the way, I got back here and drove my van up here to bring up a lot of stuff from Southern California up here, and realized very quickly that my van has a battery. It needs to be replaced. Okay, so for the whole time I was driving, and I said if the car could die any moment in the middle of the desert, okay, at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, which is not a good place to be, especially for Asians. Okay, so you don't know who's going to encounter when it's that dark. Okay, and so the whole time, the whole trip, I was reciting Ta Chư Tô An Nali Bisati and praying that I would make it to San Jose, and I did. Okay, so I admit to you that yesterday I was clearly still attached to making it to San Jose. Okay, that goes to prove that I'm so far from enlightenment, because if an enlightened person says, I don't care, San Jose or not San Jose, no big deal. QAnon or not QAnon, no big deal. And so what happened is that, I'm joking, of course. If I didn't make it to San Jose, we wouldn't have the lecture last night, Sutra lecture last night, and I wouldn't be here with you. But there's not a single thing here refers to the fact that when the chips are down, when you need to make the ultimate decision, you make it freely without any attachments. Until then, you can live your own life. You can accord with conditions, take care of your family, live your life. Okay? Why? Because that's also part of there is not a single thing. Agree or disagree? There isn't a thing doesn't mean there's nothing whatsoever. You chose the best seat of the house, sir. Impressive. Okay? No, you can sit anywhere. I mean, you guys are so attached. It isn't a single seat that must be used or must not be used. There isn't a thing. Remember? We're talking about there isn't a thing. Okay? So I just said that after you become enlightened, does it mean there's no more families, no more children, there's no more job? Not at all. Okay? Because it's after enlightenment, your mind says, there's not a single thing. Then, is that really enlightenment? Is it really wisdom? Clearly you're not enlightened. That's why you look like, huh? Including CNC, who just came back from Korea with me as well. We both jet lag. I told her, you should check your sash. And okay. And sure enough, there's no sash to be checked, so it's not checked. Anyway, after you become enlightened, and you say, I'm attached to nothing, and therefore I can drop my family, drop my money, and drop everything, then you're crazy. Okay? Because that is attachment to nothing. Is that clear? And that's why even though it's nothing, true emptiness, it also has what we call wonderful existence. You're not attached to neither empty nor existence. That is called wisdom. Balanced wisdom, two-sided wisdom, not just one-sided wisdom is I so empty, therefore I'm going to sit here behind the four walls inside my temple. The rest of the world is empty anyway, so do I care? It's your problem. Your suffering is empty to me. That's called partial wisdom. You should see everything is empty, that's wisdom, but still not attached to the fact it's empty. And that's why in emptiness there is existence. In existence, your money right there is also empty, therefore give it to the temple. Without any hesitation. Is that clear? That is wisdom. True wisdom, I might add. I went to Korea and I met this crazy Korean lady. And she came to me and she said, I used to be Christian. I used to be Catholic. Now I'm Buddhist. I realized Buddhism is better. Okay. I said, okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's a lay woman in a Korean woman who talks to a monk like that, like talking down to a monk, which is very un-Korean. Okay. And she started telling me, can I ask you a question? I said, okay. You want to go to the Pure Land? I said, yes. And she says, that's so wrong. That is so wrong. Why do you have to go to Pure Land? We have everything here. We're so happy here. I'm so happy here. The Pure Land is everywhere. Here is just the same as the Pure Land. I said, I'm not talking to you anymore. And so the point here is that this woman is so adamant about her beliefs that whatever she believes is right. And she does not take into account whatever you think, whatever other people believe. Okay, that is one-sided wisdom. Is it clear? We shouldn't live our lives like that. We should embrace others as well. They could be wrong. They could be Republican. Just kidding. Okay? So there isn't a thing refers to you are not attached to anything. Okay? However, you should not be attached to that concept either. That's why you shouldn't be attached to anything, and yet you need to embrace wonderful existence as well. Okay? Therefore, you have wisdom doesn't mean now I'm enlightened, I have true wisdom. I don't need to go to work anymore. I don't need to take care of my family anymore. Okay? There's no wisdom in there. Okay? That's skewed wisdom. That's partial wisdom. Is that clear? So in Buddhism, there is something called partial wisdom of the sound hearers, the arhats, the pratyeka Buddhas, and the ultimate wisdom of the bodhisattvas. Okay? At its source, the inherent nature is the Buddha divine innocence. Okay. Okay? This is too Chinese. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Master. I just have a question about when you say partial wisdom, is that in Mahayana?
Yes, Mahayana is partial wisdom as well. Mahayana includes Hinayana.
Okay, thank you.
So in the people who practice Mahayana, we call it Mahayana because it's humongous. It's the entire universe. Mahayana is as a name refers to the entire universe, the cosmos, okay? Everything. So when you practice Mahayana, you open your wisdom, and therefore you understand everything before you're dead. Okay? Hopefully. Okay? And because it's so vast, okay, there's progression. We just can't see everything, understand everything. So we have access to it, and this is a common misconception about Buddhism. When I first learned about Buddhism, the concept of enlightenment is that you enlighten, you understand everything. It's true. Enlightenment is to have wisdom that is as vast as the cosmos, meaning it's nothing you don't understand. Okay? And that is your wisdom. That is the Buddha's wisdom. This is our wisdom. Okay? However, it takes time to get there. You enlighten, people who are enlightened, people who open wisdom, are at the point where they are able to develop that understanding, whereas people who are not enlightened cannot develop that understanding. That's the difference. That's why I chuckle when people tell me that, how come you say that your disciples are enlightened and they're angry, they're so angry, they're so afflicted? I said, give them time. Give me time. Give me time. Let me beat up on them some more. The difference is when I beat up on my enlightened disciples, they don't run away. When I beat up on you, you get upset at me and run away. That's the difference. Okay? We are all work in progress. We're not perfect. You are not perfect until you become a Buddha. Buddha is the perfection of enlightenment. Is that clear? So this is so confusing to me when I first started. I said, enlightenment. How come these people are enlightened? It's like you put the enlightened people on a pedestal as if they're perfect and everything. No, enlightened people are work in progress. They have tremendous potential, but they have to do a lot of work. That's what the sixth patriarch says. The patriarch, the sages said, it's after you enlighten that real cultivation begins. Before you enlighten, you say, I'm going to specialize in software development. I make a career out of it. Okay? I specialize in engineering. I specialize in being a shrink. Okay? And that's the purpose of your life. Okay? Because that's all you know. That's all your intellect is capable of conceiving, of resolving, of solving. Okay? After you enlighten, you say, wow, I want to solve all these problems. I'm going to take as long as I need, as many lifetimes as I deem necessary to do it. So that's why it's not uncommon for enlightened people to come back to our world, okay, and to work on the skills and work on their issues, their problems. So that's why, to me personally, I find it hard to put enlightened people on a pedestal, like the Asians are supposed to do. Am I correct or not? You ask these ladies, the ladies say, oh, if I find an enlightened person, what's my ideal man? No, enlightened people still need a lot of work to do. So at the source of the self-nature is the Buddha of divine innocence. This refers to the fact that originally the Buddha nature, your Buddha nature is Thiền, is innocent. Just look at the children. You see how innocent they are compared to us. We are conditioned by the external environment. That's why you become cynical, become greedy, and so forth, right? Children naturally are innocent, okay? And that is before they're conditioned by worldly knowledge. All right? Okay. Next, we're at 45. I need to work on these commentaries here. The five skandhas, like floating clouds, emptily come and go. The five skandhas here refers to the ego. In Buddhism, we know that the ego consists of the five skandhas. Okay? The three poisons, like bubbles of water, rise and sink, unreal. Okay? So the five skandhas here are number one, form, okay, meaning your body. Something has shape, it has substance, solidity. Number two, the second component of your ego is feeling. Okay? The form refers to the body that you take for real. Okay? And you're very attached to. We're all attached to. Number two, feeling is because as soon as feeling arises, we take it to be real. Okay? This is very personal. And that's part of our personality, is that feeling. You have feelings. Okay? Number three, thinking. Okay? Thinking here refers to mental processes, your intellect. Okay? And that's why for educated people, scientists, they said, they refer to facts. Reality is facts. It's not real until it's factual. Okay? So you might determine it's factual. All right? Number four, activity, meaning that that the thing that underneath the thinking, actually it refers to your instinct for survival to me. What's activity? The heart beating is activity. Okay? Your heart is beating. so that you can live. Okay? Your digestion is working without you having to push any button at all. Okay? As soon as food comes in there, water and food comes into your stomach, it starts churning, it starts processing. Okay? That's activity. Okay? Without any direct intervention from the mind. Okay? Because it's necessary for your survival, for our survival. And that's part of our ego. Meaning what? All that started with its one thought. I do not wish to die. Therefore I breathe, therefore I digest the food in my stomach, therefore I breathe, I pump blood so that I don't die. Or if you are sick, naturally your body will heal itself, try to heal itself. That's called activity as well. That's because your ego says, I do not wish to die. I don't want to die. That's why all these automatic, autonomous systems exist in our body, because the ego says, I don't want to die. I know the Chinese don't explain it that way, but to me, I haven't read a Chinese explanation that I like. Okay? The activity are at the subconscious level, okay, where it occurs autonomously without any direct intervention by our brains. We have very little intervention because inherently we are afraid to die. And that's connected to the body, that we're attached to the body. Therefore we go see a hairdresser, okay? Or cut our hair. And we attach to the feelings. We, for normal people, we seek pleasant feelings. Okay? Number 3, we attach to your intellect because we try to make sense out of life. We try to make sense out of this insane world. It doesn't make sense. Why there are Republicans or Democrats? Okay? Yeah. All right? And there is, underneath all that, okay, there's a fear of death. That's why this autonomous system, okay, like autonomous drive, self-driving, whatever, okay, which is a scam. Okay. You have a question? Yes, sir. Give him a microphone. He's probably in autonomous driving.
So how can we overcome the fear of death or any sort of uncertainties in life?
Good question. It's not easy to overcome the fear of death. Okay? Because it's so buried deep inside of our psyche. That's very, very difficult. That's why it's so difficult to destroy the ego. If you destroy the ego, if you have no concept of self, then the fear of death will also die as well. Okay, so what's amazing to me in this concept, the ego, that the Chinese didn't, well, I feel they failed to elaborate for us Westerners, is that there is this desire to live forever. And that's why you have this activity, all these autonomous things that happen underneath our intellect to preserve ourselves, for self-preservation. Okay? And it's based on a fear of death. Okay? Which then morphs into all sorts of fears. Fear of your wife. You better be afraid of your wife. Come on. If you're smart. Okay? All sorts of fears in life is based on the fear of death. And because of that, again, we have autonomous, these activities that we naturally activate for self-preservation. Okay? So again, we have form, the body, very difficult to detach from the attachment of the body. You have attachment to the feelings, that's part of your ego. He says, I want to feel good, yes? And you attach to your thinking, especially I think, like that philosopher, I think, therefore I am. Okay? And that's what stupid people think. Okay? To the Buddhists, the Buddhist says, you are so stupid. Anyway, and number 4, activity, which is the subconscious, the activities beneath, below, under all these things, the attachment to form, attachment to feeling, attachment to thinking. Okay, there's also underneath it also driven by fear, and finally, there is consciousness. Consciousness is the ability for us to connect to the outside world. So we have the ear consciousness, we have the eye consciousness, we have the nose consciousness, we have the tongue consciousness, we have the touch consciousness, and as well as the intellect consciousness, the mind consciousness. Mind is aware. What's a mind consciousness? Cordelia, what's mind consciousness?
Consciousness? Are we talking about the 8th consciousness?
No, the consciousness consists of 8 consciousnesses. Okay, so the 8th consciousness refers to the store consciousness. Okay, but consciousness here is the connection between us as an ego, as a human being, versus the outside world, this object here. Okay, for me to connect to this, okay, this physical thing here, between this physical thing and myself, there's something called consciousness. Eye consciousness, I see this thing here that connects me to that. That's an eye consciousness. Okay, ear consciousness, I hear the sound there, the noise there. Okay. Nose consciousness, I can smell the food being cooked for us. Hey, time is almost up. Okay, I'm hungry. I don't know about you. I'm so hungry. Okay, is that clear? And then there is tongue consciousness. I can't wait to taste it. Okay, touch consciousness. This is pretty smooth up here, but kind of rough down here. Okay, very Chinese. The area where you pay attention is very smooth. When you don't pay attention, it's rather rough. Okay, so those are 5 consciousnesses, and also mind consciousness refers to the ability to form mental constructs. All right? And that's a consciousness. And finally, there is an eighth consciousness, which is a special state consciousness for storing information. All right, any questions? Yes, sir.
Is awareness a subset of consciousness?
Awareness. What's awareness? Awareness of what? Be specific. Consciousness is very, very vast. Okay?
Let's say you're aware that you're alive, you're not dead.
Yeah, it's consciousness. Yes. So in general, yes, awareness, because I learned the jargon from the Chinese, and the translation is translated into English differently. That's why I'm cautious when people use different words. And I say, what do you mean by that? Okay, just to be safe before I make a fool out of myself. Okay, but awareness is consciousness from that perspective. Okay, again, consciousness is the invisible connection between us and not us. Okay, and that's part of the ego because it is very attached to that awareness. It's so attached to it. They don't talk about it enough, that the ego is so attached to the consciousness, the awareness, okay? Not just the thinking alone, but the awareness of the outside world. You see how difficult it is to break it. We can drop this statue, okay? It may go away, okay? But the consciousness doesn't. So destroying the ego, the self, is more than just removing the object that you attach to, but you must find a way to figure out a way to break this consciousness attachment here, okay? That's why it's not easy to destroy the ego. So that's why we Buddhists are not afraid to share with you, therapists and professionals in the crazy people field, that the ego is actually made of the 5 components, okay? But unless you know how to do it, okay, you will not be able to destroy the ego. Impossible to destroy the ego. And only the Buddhists, and I'm very proud to tell you that, I need to emphasize it for your reference, only the Buddhists know how to do it. Okay? Because they have a track record of doing it already themselves. That's why they can lead us on the same path, on similar paths. They lead the way for us. We follow the path, you break the self. Okay? And that's a key word there. You follow, you don't figure it out. Because what's wrong with this picture that I figured out a way to kill my ego? What's wrong with that premise, with that statement?
Ego
Yes, yellow.
itself.
You will want to kill yourself. Absolutely, he says. Who are you trying to fool? You're going to kill yourself? Seriously? Very good. What else is wrong with that statement? Yes, yellow.
There's no way you can hide it from yourself.
You can no way to hide it from yourself. Very good. No more than no way you can hide from your husband.
That's right.
Okay? What else is wrong with that concept? I will figure it out. I met so many smart people. What is it? You talked to someone yesterday and says, are you a certified therapist? Okay? It's the same kind of thinking, the same kind of problem. What is that? I will figure it out. Yes?
Master, I think it's kind of our problem in Western culture, that we think we could read a book or research something on the internet and we can find our own answer.
Yes, absolutely. That's called intelligence. That's called smart, being smart. That's called education. That's called training. Okay? And what's wrong with that? Come on, quickly. I'm hungry.
Attachment or identification?
Close. What's wrong with that? If you use your mind to figure it out, how are you going to break through the thinking skandha? You want to break through, you cannot use it. You cannot use feelings to break through to destroy feelings. You cannot use the thinking, your thoughts, in order to kill your own thoughts. Is that clear? And that's why a lot of these educated people and trained professionals, and they believe, or scholars really believe, they can reason it out, they can figure it out. Okay? Because of that, they will never be able to destroy the ego. So what does it take to destroy the ego, to destroy the fear of death? What does it take? Yes, sir.
I think once you separate your mind and there's a separation between mind and body. You space it out, and then you can feel free.
And then you become...
Consciousness, right?
No, it doesn't work like that. It sounds demonic to me. Anyone else? Yes, yellow.
Master, wouldn't it be through our meditation practice?
Okay, close. Okay, very good. Okay, you know too much, but I'm trying to put things in perspective for you, because still, you see, I'm just proving to you it's still just concepts to you. Yes, sir. Orange. What's your solution, sir?
My solution is, if you think everything is temporary, nothing lasts forever, something bad happened to you, it's not a big deal. So eventually your ego is going to go away.
It's no big deal. So I go out and rob banks and then kill
No, I mean,
people.
something bad happened to you.
Am I missing something here?
Let's say someone robbed your car,
Yes.
right? Stole your car, right?
Yeah, stole the
It's not a big deal
catalytic
because,
converter, for example, just for the heck of it.
all right? So that happens to me many times, right? My car gets stolen.
So you sold the car.
So it's not a big deal, right? Some people are like, nobody get pissed, right? Because you just have insurance, car insurance, you get paid, whatever. Right? You can't change the fact the car got stolen, so it's not a big deal. Right? Right, your house get robbed, is it a big deal? Not really, because you got insurance. right? Because the fact has already happened. You can't change it, right? Your suffering doesn't last forever. Eventually, it goes away. You know.
What's wrong is argument. Go ahead, shoot yourself.
Let's say your girlfriend dumped you, right? All right. Or your wife cheat on you. All right. So anything, right?
The problem is that it makes sense. It's logical. Therefore, it's still based on thinking. You use logic to figure it out, logic to make sense out of it, you will never be able to kill the ego. So how do you kill the ego? By not attached to the body, okay? So that's how you become a monk, okay? As one way, because we reduce attachment to hair, attachment to clothing, and so forth. You see. So inherently, our approach is that's cut off, reduce these attachments, okay? You reduce attachment to feelings, okay? Meaning that you don't seek good feelings, nor do you seek bad feelings. Okay? You reduce thinking. Okay? Thinking meaning that if it's logical, it's okay. If illogical, it's okay. Okay? You smart is okay. You stupid is okay as well. Okay? You reduce attachment to activities. I don't know how to reduce attachment to activities. You can't even see it. How are we going to stop it? Okay, that's a difficult thing to solve. I don't know how to do it. But what about reducing attachment to consciousness? How can we shut down our consciousness? The last two are very difficult. How are you going to figure it out? What to do? How do you know it's going to work? Huh? And so, the way to kill the ego in Buddhism is very, very simple. Don't do it like T there, okay? Don't do it like him. Guarantee not to work. Okay? What do you do in Buddhism? I told you already earlier. How do you kill the ego? By not feeling, by not thinking, by not being attached to the body, okay? But the last two, we don't know. We don't know how to do it, okay? So, how do you do it? By following someone else. That's a fallacy in people in the world, is that they know, they understand, they can figure it out. It is. If you believe in that, you will never be able to destroy your ego. That's why, in order to destroy the ego, you can be like illiterate person, like the sixth patriarch in Buddhism. He's illiterate. He's not educated. Can't even read. And yet, he's able to destroy the ego just like that. So in Buddhism, to destroy the ego, you simply follow the directions of someone who's done it. That's all. You don't need to understand. It doesn't have to make sense to you. Okay? And so that is why it's called faith. That person will lead you there. You believe that the Bodhisattva, the Buddhas, will bring you there. That's on that premise. Then would fear get in the way? No. Right? Because, hey, I know we'll get there because this person, I trust this person will bring me there. So whether I'm afraid of death or not, it's no longer relevant. Agree? It doesn't matter. I just follow. Afraid or not, I still follow. Is that clear? It is so ingenious when you think about it. It's so simple and yet so ingenious. It's no longer about knowing, but it's about doing. Chinese 脚踏实地, the foot walks to get there. You have to do something. You don't sit there and talk. You don't sit there and think, because that will not do it. Okay? Questions or comments? Yes. Yellow. Yes.
So if we kill the ego, who's doing the activity?
Who do what?
The activity, the heart pumping, the digestion, and all your autonomic system?
Well, it takes care of itself. You don't need to worry about it. It takes care of itself until you die. Naturally.
So does that mean the ego is still there?
It first started by the fear of death. Okay? But it's like a machine running now. So that once it starts running, that's what it does. It runs and runs and runs without you, whether you're afraid of or not. It by itself. It will keep on beating. It will keep on healing its own body. Your body when sick, it will find a way to heal itself. We have incredible healing power because of that fear of death. Okay? And it's there. Okay? And would do things naturally without any intervention. But originally is that fear of death that got it started. Once it's running, it keeps on running by itself. Good question. My God, you asked a question like this. I deserve a Nobel Prize. I don't know why the Chinese never ask these types of questions. Okay, we stop here today. Thank you, everyone.